Hey everybody, Ray Hayden here, and this video is going to be about I got something on my tire. So this is the same thing I would do like when I was years and years ago when I was delivering Domino pizza or whatever. We'd get a million nails in our tires every time. We'd get, you go out and it's like you expect to put a plug in your tire at least once a week. And so I'm going to put my glasses on for this one, and I'm going to go ahead and do a repair by pulling out this piece of metal, probably a piece of a barbed wire fence or something that I ran over, and then I'm going to put in the plug. Hopefully I don't get hurt. Okay, I put my safety glasses on, and I also went and had to go get my needle nose pliers, and I got my little repair kit thing. It's old. I haven't had to repair a tire in a long time, fortunately, but this one here is a little bit of a nightmare. The other time I had a blowout on my tire on my mower. This is my Toro Z-Master 3000 Zero Turn Mower, and the last time I had a blowout on it, it wasn't this one, it was an older mower I had, and that thing, I hit a piece of wood or whatever and I was backing up, and I just backed right into it and it just blew out the whole tire. Anyway, so I'm going to pull this pin out, concentrate on that, and then air should come out. Oh my God, can you believe that thing? That's unbelievable. Oh yeah, I hit a little something. Hey honey, I hit a little something with the thing. And you hear the air probably coming out. So now I gotta, let me just readdress, make sure I know where that thing is. There we go. It's always important to remember where this thing came out of. All right, here we go. Wow, I really just, man, I really just can't believe that. All right, so let's do that there for a second. I'll be right back. I need my glasses. All right, so on the repair of the tire, I take this thing here, it gives a spike on it, so I go right in where the hole was, all right, and I kind of ream that out, and then I can take the plug and shove that in there. I can't believe that thing. All right. So here's a plug like this, and I'm going to put most of that into the tire, and then with this part, this tool, the little like a needle, right? So that just goes in there, and the top here will kind of spring apart. When I'm pulling it out, it'll let it lets the plug stay in, and this tool come out without pulling the plug back out. And this is the other kind of reamer. It's a handle. I like the T handle better myself, but I got both kinds. And this is real sticky, so that's good, right? We'll get this all set up here, and feed that through. Pull it through the other side. I don't use my gloves when I'm doing this part here, and I probably won't need my gloves at all on this whole part of the operation. I just need to get this thing through. Now what you normally do is you put some kind of a contact cement on there, which I highly recommend having. Unfortunately I don't have that, and I need to get this fixed, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. Alright, okay, so hopefully the hole's small enough, the plug locks it up well enough, and I take note that the air intake valve, the air valve, is close to where this repair is. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I can't believe the size of this thing, this is unbelievable. This thing here made it all the way in to my tire, all the way that far. All of this was inside my tire. I could not believe that. I've never seen anything quite like that. Anyway, so now I'm going to take a razor and just cut this off, so it has, so I'm not like pulling up dirt and all kinds of stuff with that, and that should wrap that up. All right, be right back. There we go. All right, so I got a pair of working scissors I use out here for garage stuff. go. All right, for me, my goal is just to get this plug in there and down and not have it, you know, be pulled out kind of thing. All right. You can actually hear the thing cut when you're cutting it. All right. So that's pretty good. All right, so these things here, we need to make sure they're clean or they'll stick together real well. All right, so that should do it. And then here's the reason why I had to do this. And I don't know if the camera will show it so well, but I hope so. All right, so maybe we lean up here a little bit, kind of spin out towards the ground a little bit out there. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but out there, you might see, you know, the striping kind of stuff. But what I noticed, and especially closer to the house, was that the striping was unintentional striping. And what I really had going on there was was that one of my blades was like scalping the lawn, you know, and I'm like, well, that's crazy. What I you know, I figured I did something wrong, and I had, put a blade on upside down. I've done it before, you know. It's not, you know, you're sitting there trying to put these things on and get out of there, so you know, it's understandable. You might just take it and put it on upside down, and we put them on upside down. You know, this is this is a well-worn blade, but you know, the upside right, the sail here is pointing up, and what that does is it kind of helps to, it's like a fan underneath there, helps to stand the grass up so you can cut it off. But if you put it on upside down, this part's hanging low and it's just tearing up your grass like nobody's business. And it sort of kind of looked like that, like I had done that before, and it kind of looked like that. So, you know, I'm like, I jacked the thing up and everything else, and I looked at it and I'm like, well, there's nothing going on there. Everything looks fine. And then what I noticed was, as I like, you know, the tire here might be low on air. So I hooked up my air compressor to it to put air in the tire, and it was like 5 pounds or 6 pounds low, and that just doesn't happen. So I was kind of upset about that, and upset for myself for not checking the air pressure more often on that. So I will now, and the only thing I'd have to do now is put in, it only takes 20 pounds of pressure, so I put in the 20 pounds here, and then I just check it every few days. I let it sit for a few days unless I'm doing a lawn, then I check it right then and there. But yesterday, I actually went out and cut the grass here, and but I had to let it grow because it'll rain. We have so much rain here in Central Florida. I had to actually let it go, and it got real long. And some of the grass is real thick. We have all kinds of different grass. We don't do anything for it. It isn't just whatever grows here grows, because there's, you know, it's a very large lawn. So I just let it do what it wants to do naturally. But I do cut it down to 2 inches, which is probably not the greatest thing, but it gives me more time between cuts. You know, quite frankly, if I had a quarter acre of lawn, maybe I'd cut it 3.5, 4 inches or whatever, depending on the grass that's there and all that. But this is Bahia grass, and Bahia grass, once it gets about 2 inches, then it starts V'ing out, and it starts making the seeds and stuff, and that's all great and everything. I want to spread that around. I want to spread it around while I'm cutting it back down to 2 inches. And normally the place looks like a golf course out here, which is usually about 1 to 1.5 inches, something like that. Totally different kind of grass. But the place looks really nice, and all the neighbors comment on it that, you know, it looks real nice. I've removed all the fences when the grass is looking good, and it looks like a county park, or better than a county park. And that's our goal and objective here. So anyway, so that was hopefully fixing a flat. I'll come back in a later video and let you know how that held up. The only thing I didn't do, the only thing improper that I did, was I didn't add the contact cement to it. As a matter of fact, in all honesty, they have their instructions on the back of this cart. This is an old cart. I've had this thing for a while. And, you know, and they do. They tell you to trim off the edge. Honestly, I didn't. Who reads the instructions, right? That's for when everything else fails, read the instructions. But I did. I reamed it. I removed the thing. I reamed it. I put in the plug, put the plug in, pulled the thing out, and I did, of course, trim off the edge. But I had to use my little work scissors to get that done. All right. So with that, let's wrap this video up. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like the video, drop a comment below, let me know you came by to say hi, and if you haven't already done it, hit the subscribe button, and I greatly appreciate the growth on the network. Until I catch you in the next video, take care and be well.